Success Story, an on-the-spot live telecast brought to you each week from somewhere in the Pacific Northwest as a public service by Richfield.
Well, we certainly have a lot of wonderful, interesting equipment for you to see tonight. You remember that old saying, don't wash your dirty linen in public? Well, figuratively speaking, that's probably still some good advice. But literally, that's just what we're going to do tonight.
You know, those extractor baskets and unloading the washing machine. We had to unload those by hand. You close them up, those doors weighed about 35 pounds. And we raised them up with one hand all day long, closing them. And went through my mind, how did we do that? You know, we had to be awful strong to do that 8 hours a day. And at the end of the day, we wasn't tired. We was horsing around all day long, you know. And it was amazing the things that we did. At that time, it was more or less fun, and now it would be a hard job for you. You know?
How many people did you have in your plant at the time?
8 or 10 people.
And today, with all your affiliates?
We checked last week, there's 577 people.
My golly, I think that's... You also have a very fine rug cleaning plant.
Well, I have a very fine son. Let him talk about that.
Harold, you're on the air. Tell us about it.
Thank you. Yes, we have the most in the rug cleaning plant, Scott. By golly, we got a plant that's brand new, up-to-date, modern, the last word in rug cleaning.
Every time that Harold he always liked to party, you know. And he'd give parties over to his house. He would always invite me and my wife. He would give retirement parties. We was always invited. He would stop and he would talk to me and he would tell me when I was doing a good job. And I think that it's not, everybody can say that about Harold, you know. And I think that he thought a lot of me and I thought a lot of him. But for him to express to me in the way that I've seen them come down on some people, it made me feel that he was more than a boss, he was a friend.
I got hired on Halloween Day in October with the 31st of 1966. Working with people, you know, and enjoying being around people and the different things that how the laundry worked. They called me the all-around person. That's what it was. So I did all different kinds of jobs.
Well, I was trying to play golf out on a golf course and had everybody laughing their head off so nobody could play.
Yes, I remember the grandmother. She used to always come and she would blow her horn. And then somebody would run out and get her laundry and bring it in.
Oh, it did such a kick out of me, I decided, well, if I was going to do that, I better start in the entertaining business, you know. Well, I was singing all over. I was singing in a lot of the theaters down in Tacoma.
When I'm calling you,
it was all pink laundry. Pink, that pink. The sheets, the pillowcases, whatever we did for her was pink. Mark used to do the rags back there. Yeah, and see, I was the checker. I checked back there, and then me and Mark was working right together. Like I said, I used to bring him cookies. We would always go to his shows. Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
We would always go to the Paramount, and we sit with his family. With Paul's sister and the mom and Ted, all of us. We was right at the stage down there.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down her ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you like Barry Manilow? Or?
Yeah.
At the Copacabana.
Do you remember anything about
Oh, yeah, Ted, yeah. He was a supervisor. He was very nice. Very nice, you know. He the one that pushed me to do a lot of different things.
So he encouraged you?
He sure did. He did. Different things, a lot of different things. He said, you know, I said, oh, I can't. Sometimes, oh, no, I don't think I can do it. He said, oh, yes, you can do it.
Work all night and a drink a rum. Daylight come and we want to go home. Stop.
I got my first summer job at the New Model Laundry in Seattle. That would have been 1953. And I remember getting a work permit, which was required by law at that time from the city of Seattle, so that I could work at the age of 15. I lost somewhere between 25 and 30 pounds that first summer working in the laundry. It was hot and humid, and it was hard work.
I worked on top of those machines where it was 150 degrees. I mean, it was hot. You couldn't hardly breathe, and all the machines were dumping hot water, and all that steam was coming right up in your face.
You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
I think it formed a basis of being open to socializing with everybody and calling people for how I saw them, for what they did, what they said, not on some appearance they had. And it was always valuable and has been in my later life.
Yeah, but then you see, you still have to have that opportunity. And at that time, the opportunity wasn't too good for blacks, you know, because there was nobody in the union. And if they could have said very, very well that, no, we can't there's nobody there, we can't hire you, you know. But they didn't say that. They stuck by me. They even advanced me money to pay my union dues, so.
Even being with African American people was an enlargement of my social sense, because this was something quite new to me.
Girl, you thought you found the answer on that magic carpet ride last night. But when you wake up in the morning, the world still gets you uptight.
I worked with Chet Valley's son. He worked in the washroom. He was a little kid. And he would come after school. They would come out and knew how school was out. They would work. And Jim Alejandro's son. He was Jim Alejandro's son. He was a knowledgeable guy. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was a kid, but he had his head on his shoulder, right? And then Shirley's son, Mac McDowell, yeah, he worked that, and he was quite a kid. I didn't think he would ever be a boss like he is now, you know, because he didn't care about anything. After work, he would steal the trucks and he'd take them out, drive them all night, and he'd bring them back. And but it was surprising to me now that he's over a trucking outfit or something, I think. I think it was good for the family because it give you, you knew that you had a job, you know, that you could work after school, and you know that's right, and it's not all kids can say that, you know, so I think it meant more than you guys really realized what it was, you know, because it was a family laundry, and you knew that you had a job, and it means just as much then as it do now. It means a lot to you now to know that you got a job, a way of supporting yourself. And then it was a way that was teaching you the way of life. You had to have something to depend on to make a living. So.
This was an award to my dad for being, I think, the best salesman in Seattle in 1972, given by a group that represented salesmen, and I believe there were peers of these salesmen in all sorts of businesses. And my dad was known as Jim from PRIM. He really hated retiring, and he really loved doing what he did. So I think he would be very pleased that the laundry goes on, and that the family is still there, the subsequent generations.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Well, it was basically work at the laundry this is what you're going to be doing for the summertime. That's what Dad just, you know, my father, Paul Shipp, it was just like, well, you're 16 now and you can work at the laundry. So there was basically no decision. It was just, you were doing it.
Well, you know, our father decided that Paul and I should spend our summers working and being productive members of society. So We were fortunate enough to actually have an opportunity to work at a place, learn lots of skills, try different things. It was a great opportunity for us to work there.
As you probably also know, the fact that it seemed like it was just an inherent right of all of us Tomlinsons that we were going to work at the laundry.
We actually started before freshman year, so between 8th grade and 9th grade, we started working at the plant in the summers. I was assigned to do all kinds of different things and got to learn all kinds of different jobs. I had the joy of working in the sorting room, I think was my first one.
Basically, just while school was going on, we worked, where I worked every Saturday, washing trucks and whatever odd jobs needed to be done, and then eventually they worked me into working in the washroom or soil sort or what have you.
And then probably the best one I ever had, obviously, that I loved the most was being able to be a truck driver for the company and being the weekend relief and the summer relief driver and getting out of the plant and having that kind of freedom to go see the road and meet the customers and talk to them, and really great people, and really enjoyed it. And I'm really thankful that Gary and Tim at the time gave me that opportunity to do that. Really, really enjoyed it.
78 to 1990. Let's see, how many years is that?
Is that right?
12 years.
It is, yeah. 12? Yeah.
78
Yeah.
to 1990 is 12 years.
Yeah. Noah put me through high school and put me through college. So yeah.
Mainly what I saw was really what hard work was all about. And I think from the whole cast of characters there, from Harold Flanagan to Otis Pimpleton, obviously my father, just how much kind of blood, sweat, and tears went into that job, right? And seeing what people had to do every day to make ends meet.
He was a giant, and I was just a kid.
My father, who was the head engineer at that time, if I was goofing off or anything like that, it wouldn't fly with it. He would go up to other people's, like if they were goofing off, hey, what are you doing? Come on, pick up the speed a little bit, like act like everybody's buddy. And then he would pull me aside and go, listen, like, look, you're a part of me out there. And I'm like, okay.
There were some long summer days there at times. But I really enjoyed working with, my dad sure taught us a whole bunch and had a lot of faith in us, and it was great to spend time with him.
My father was also a person that would not allow one's head to get so swelled and to, and this also goes back beyond the laundry, also with as we were being raised down in California, there was a feeling of everyone whom we met, no matter what race and color, what have you, it was just like to accept people at face value and to so if you work hard and you're trustworthy, then you're a good sort. And that was really the laundry and a lot of the people and stuff.
What do you miss most about running a laundry?
Besides,
working with people.
Besides the write-offs?
Besides the write-offs. I think, and that's where it's different than real estate. At the end of each month, you have your statements and you have all your numbers and everybody's high-fiving, and that was a good environment.
I always wanted people that work for me to think that their job working for Tomlinson or New Richmond was the best job ever. Working for us at New Richmond, they said that was their best job ever, and they were really glad to have the opportunity. And that's the kind of environment we